I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. So for Aries, Ketu is going to be in the 6th house in Hasta Nakshatra, and you have to understand that 6th house is about enemies. So it means that either you will be able to handle your enemies well if you are controlling your emotions, or you will through your own actions create enemies, break relation. Great time to break the toxic patterns of life, great time to quit bad habits. It's a great time where you can actually figure out what's right and what's wrong for you by actually manipulating your own thoughts. Remember, it is the combination of Sun, Moon and Mercury, and this combination of forces are going to help you a lot. Jupiter on the Ascendant is another complementary force which is acting in your favor. So Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra in 6th house is actually a force which will help you win over your fear, which will help you win over your old damaged past. And a lot of healing practices can help you here, like pranic healing. You can associate yourself with a lot of other healing practices. Think about it. Taurus. Now for Taurus, Ketu is in Kendra. That means Ketu is in Virgo in your 5th house. This means that this is going to be a learning session for you. Ketu transit in Hasta Nakshatra shows that you can craft your own future by giving yourself better learning opportunities. It's a time which is extremely crucial for you, and also a time where you have to work with your children if you have children and think about their future. So certain decisions of your life you will have to take because of the changes in the life of your children. Now for those who don't have children, it shows your expression, your body language, and it also shows that you will give up few old learning and teachings to incorporate new learnings, new dimensions will open up. So do some sadhana and do a lot of mantra jap, because Ketu in Hasta in 5th house is actually very, very crucial for your spiritual growth. Gemini. Now in case of Gemini, Ketu transit is going to affect not only your 4th house but also your ascendant. Why? Because Ketu is in Mercurian zodiac sign of Virgo, and other zodiac sign of Mercury is Gemini, which is your ascendant, and it will affect your mind and body. It shows that you will break old habits and old comfort zone. This is the time to get out of the comfort zone and find new areas of expertise. It will affect your career greatly. You may have to explore new areas, and it is a very good opportunity for people who want to leave their home, who want to build their home, who are interior designer, who are architects, and who work in real estate sector. It's also the time where you can relocate to a different country, relocate to a different place, and figure out something for yourself. So very good time for a lot of explorer minded people who wants to explore the world, who want to explore different horizons, and also a great time for people who are involved in Vastu. So think about it. Cancer. For Cancer ascendant natives, Ketu transit in the 3rd house shows that this is going to test your skills. So this is the time to drop your old skill set and move to a new skill set. Great time for learning, great time to associate yourself with good friends, but also it will make you dissociate with some toxic relationships. So if you're losing something, try to understand maybe losing that is good for you. Holding on to some toxic past, holding on to some toxic relationships are going to be really bad for you. Your ascendant is ruled by Moon, so is the Hasta Nakshatra. Therefore, emotionally this can be very challenging time. Don't fight with your neighbors, and when you are going for short distance travel, be careful. You might have sometimes very good experience, and on the contrast, sometimes very bad experience, because Ketu is famous on giving fluctuating experience. Also, this is the time when some really powerful thoughts will overtake your mind. It's okay to have thoughts, write those down and see what can be executed. filtering your thoughts and filtering the conversion of your thoughts into action is crucial during this time. And this is also the time when you have to be with your friends, siblings and well-wishers. Leo. Now in case of Leo, your second house sees Ketu in Hasta. Now Ketu in Hasta in second house will make you creative towards your own finances. This is also the time when certain emotional outburst might happen in your own family. So don't worry, try to be as stable as possible during this time. See, your ascendant is aspected by Jupiter from Aries. That means Ketu wants you to follow your dharma. And when you follow your dharma, you will see the bright side of Ketu and Hasta. Now, this is also the time when astrology, will help you. This is the time when guidance will help you. So you will need that guidance from the occult side of life. Also, it's a great time to start something new with your family members, especially if you want to start a new business. This can be a great time. But Ketu demands sacrifice. So it also shows that it will make you take certain steps and you may have to sacrifice something for your own family, for your own financial security. It is best that you sacrifice all the bad habits and all the toxic things that you hold on during this time, because this is the time of great reset. Virgo. Now in case of Virgo, your ascendant is going to experience Ketu transit in Hasta Nakshatra. This is going to make you a little bit worried about your expenses, your finances. After all, this is moon getting influenced by Ketu. So people who are Virgo ascendant and who has an afflicted moon, you need to change your ways. This is the time to have an attitude change. A personality change will happen and circumstances will be such that you will take this initiative. You will change for yourself, which is a very good thing. All you have to do is keep moving, keep walking the path that you have selected for yourself, but also take the advice of the elderly and the learned ones. And the moment you realize that you are on the wrong track, be ready to change. Because if you are breaking yourself and rebuilding yourself, Ketu in Hasta will work brilliantly for you. Great time for career opportunities and for all mundane activities, for all the worldly affairs, material things. It's a brilliant transit for you. Libra. Now in case of Libra, Ketu moves in the 12th house in Hasta Nakshatra. Great for people who wants to travel abroad, great for people who wants to move to a foreign country. But if you are trying to hold on to your expenses, this can be a little difficult during this time, because Hasta energies in the 12th house will only give you after taking something away. So if you are in a transaction losing bad things of life, I think it's a good deal for you. But people who are involved into risky business, who are involved into speculative business, should be a little bit careful. Career changes will happen during this time. So if you're looking for one, good thing, it's good for you. Just focus on the energies of your horoscope so that you go into right career. Now Ketu was on your ascendant. That means imbalance was there from past 1.5 years. Now this is the time to recorrect. It's a correction making transit. It's a transit where you can correct your past mistakes and actually be a better person. Scorpio. Now in case of Scorpio, Ketu transit will be in Hasta Nakshatra in your 11th house. This is the house of expectations. So it shows now you will take matters in your own hand and you will try to fulfill your expectations by yourself, which is actually a very good thing. But you need to be slightly careful, because Mars movement initially will be with Saturn and Rahu. So initially you may not get the results that you expect, but slowly over a period of time, towards the second half of the year, you will start getting positive results and you will see things will move in your own way, in your own direction. But don't be desperate. So the only thing that you can do negative at this point of time is be desperate about something. Go with the flow and you will see success. Sagittarius. Now for Sagittarius, Ketu transit will happen in your 10th house. This means it's a high time that you do something about your career. If you think you are not in the right position, you may have to plan. And I say plan, not execute. Execution will depend on various factors, but at least you can think about it, because your thoughts are going to develop to create some change, some creativity, some positive energy has to be fused in. So for Sagittarius, it's going to be a life-changing transit. After all, Rahu is in Revati in 4th house, so asset increase will happen in your life. You may not be able to take control of your life immediately, but eventually it is going to be a very good time for you. After all, your ascendant lord is in 5th house aspecting your ascendant, and that overpowers any negative aspect of other transits. So keep walking the path, never give up, but quit what is toxic. Capricorn. Now for Capricorn, again Ketu will be in trine. That means Ketu is in the 9th house. 9th house shows dharma. So when Ketu goes in Hasta Nakshatra, you will change your own values. You will change your own learning. Past teachings will meet new dimensions, and that new dimension means you will get to, you get to shift your belief. What you have to do is ask right question. Be the Arjuna of Mahabharata. Ask the right questions to get the right answers. Great time for people who are involved into the traveling sector, who are involved in medical sector, who wants to do higher education. It's a great time for people who want to do engineering, who want to do architecture, or who wants to do advanced studies in medicine. So Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra in the 9th house also shows that you will work towards the relationship towards your father, and Mars on the ascendant will help you. Just wait for Saturn to go out of combustion. Aquarius. Now for Aquarius, Ketu in Hasta goes in the 8th house. Hasta Ketu itself shows uprooting and replanting in some place else. Hasta shows that you are taking matters in your own hand for your own goals and ambitions, and you are changing things. And 8th house shows transformation, so it's a brilliant transformation for you, considering that Saturn is in your ascendant. All you have to do is wait for Saturn to get out of the combustion. Jupiter is already in the right position, and you will see that the transition that you are in will give you a platform on which you will be able to build yourself. Now when I say all this, it's not only restricted to your career, but also to your life as a whole. So it's going to be a global impact on your life, and this is going to give you something very positive, very unique and brilliant. So for Aquarius, it's a life-changing transit. Pisces. For Pisces, Ketu transit will happen in your 7th house. A 7th house Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra shows that the definition of marriage, definition of your relationship with your surroundings will change. You will change your surroundings, and for good. Your surroundings will become far more spiritual, and your marriage will be redefined if you are married. So this is the time to take things one step at a time. If you try to rush, then there can be mistakes, and in order to avoid that mistakes, you need to be very alert, very careful, and you need to always be considering. It is very easy for you to become self-centered during this time, and that is exactly what you should avoid. And for that, praying to Bhagwan Ganesh is the biggest remedy. But if you ask me, is it a good time? I will say it is one of the best times, especially after the month of May, when Jupiter will move in Taurus and aspect this Ketu.